Hello friends, welcome to the new session of the Indian economy for the UPSC. Today we are going to understand today what is economics and some of the basics of the economics. So let us start with this. So we will be starting with the very first part, that is the basics of Indian economy. So first of all we will understand what is the economics. So study of how people allocate their limited resources in an attempt to satisfy their unlimited wants. So that is economics. First of all, we will see the relation between resources and the human wants. So the resources and human wants. So we will see that resources are very limited. Resources like money, resources like natural resources, resources like land, or any other thing like a TV, fridge, diesel, petrol, a mobile recharge, anything it can be. And human wants are very unlimited. So we can take an example of any student preparing for UPSC in the market in Delhi, and he has various wants, like he wants to purchase some books, he wants to join any coaching, and he may at the end of the day he wants to eat good food at a restaurant, and at the weekends he wants to see some movies with the friends or girlfriends. Okay, so friends or girlfriends, so he will be affording so much money and he wants to go to movie by auto in luxury mode. So he may be having so many human wants, but he is having very limited resources. So to fulfill all these demands, he is having very limited resources, like he will be having 10,000 rupees budget per month, and out of that he spends 1,000 rupees per month on books. He has to pay 5,000 per month as the coaching class fees, and he has to spend 3,000 on the food. And so he is having a very limited scope for spending the remaining money, that is around 1,000 or 2,000. So he has to be very precise with his human wants. So making a balance between these two is the part of the economics. Okay, so now you are getting the very idea of what we are going to understand here. To sum up this, the economics is the study of making decisions in the presence of scarcity of resources in the country. Okay, and our very existence depends on the various economic activities that involve production, consumption, and investment. So we will understand these terms one by one later on. The primary aim of the economic activity is the production of the goods and services with a view to make them available to the masses. The human activities which are performed in exchange for money are called economic activities. So whenever anyone do anything for money, like if we will consider the services provided by your mother at home, like cooking up good food and good and healthy food, and so that services are provided to you at your home free of cost, and your mom is not charging any money from you for that services. Okay, so that will not be considered as an economic activity. We'll take another example, like retired persons or senior citizens provides very valuable advices to the young persons in for their work or for their career, or any kind of advices they provide, but they are not charging anything from the family members. So that is also considered as a non-economic activity. So it will not be considered as an economic activity because no exchange of money is getting place in this scenario. While if we will consider, like you are going for tuition classes or you have joined any coaching classes, and for that guidance rendered by the teacher to you, you are paying him the per hour fees or the monthly fees, say some 2,000 rupees per month for 1 hour classes. So then in that case, for the services you are getting, you are paying some money, so that will be considered as an economic activity. Like you, if you are feeling hungry and you go to some shop and you purchase any good packet of biscuit like Parle-G or Britannia, and say you pay 5 rupees for that Parle-G biscuit packet. So this is considered as an economic activity. Getting one more example we will take, say outside that biscuit shop you found any beggar and he is looking very poor or in poor condition, so he is hungry, and if you are giving him 5 rupees, then it will not be considered as an economic activity, because you are giving him 5 rupees as a charity and you are not getting anything in return of that. So that is not considered as an economic activity. So by all these examples you will be getting clear idea of what will be considered as an economic activity and what will be excluded from the economic activities. Okay, so the environment that facilitates these activities is known as an economy. Now we will understand who will be the economic agents. The economic agents means those individuals or institutions which take economic decisions. So economic decisions means what to produce, what to consume, how much to produce, how much to consume, at what prices to purchase, or at what prices to supply the goods or services. So all these kind of various activities for which any kind of decision is being taken, that is the economic decision, and it is taken by the person, he will be called as an economic agent. Okay, they can be consumers. So consumers role will be to decide what and how much to consume. The second economic agent is the producer. So producers, he may be the producer of goods or any kind of services, so he has to decide the amount of the production and the quality of production, and for whom to produce, what how much to produce. So various decisions he will be taking are considered as an economic activities or economic decisions are taken by the producer. So there may be some entities which can be considered as an economic agents, like government, corporations, or banks, or any other financial institutions, or various other kind of institutions or persons which takes any economic decision. Okay, so which also takes different economic decisions, like how much to spend, what interest rates to charge on the credits, how much to tax, etc., how much to spend on some developmental works. So like these, there may be various decisions which can be taken by the banks or governments or the corporations, like where to establish any new office, where to make the business. So these are considered as an economic agent. Okay, so we have understood the economic agents like producers, consumers, government, or any other agencies, corporations. So we will understand now the three basic economic activities. So basic economic activities we will consider are the production, consumption, and investment. So what is the production? So the production is production of any goods or services for consumption purpose. The three basic economic activities are production, consumption, and investment. All these three activities are interrelated and interdependent. So these three activities are responsible for generating the flow of the income in the economy. So we will understand the concept of flow of income in an economy later on, after understanding some of the few basics. So an increase in the production of the goods or services increases the level of the consumption and the capital formation. So how the production will increase the consumption? Say if there will not be any production, then what the consumers will consume. So if there is shortage of production of Parle-G biscuit, then the demand is there, but the supply is less, and the consumers are not able to purchase. So whatever is available, they will consume that only. So if the company increases the production by establishing 2-3 more plants, or increasing the production instead of one shift to 2 or 3 shifts, by increasing the labor, raw material, and investment on the production capacity, then the company will be producing more Parle-G biscuits, and when it will come to the market, the increased demand can be matched with that production. So the consumer will now be able to consume more for the satisfying their needs. Okay, so we have understood the concept of how the production increase the level of consumption, and we will understand how this production will increase the capital formation. See, this production will create the income to the owners of factors of production. Who are the owners of factors of production? The labor will get the wages, the capital, the person who has invested in the capital, he will be getting interest. Entrepreneur will get his cut in terms of profit, and the landowner who has given the land for making that factory, he will get his income in terms of. So now we will understand how this production of goods and services will increase the capital formation. So for this, we will understand first what is the concept of factors of production, or there are 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. So without these 4 factors of production, any productive activity cannot be performed. So from where all these factors of production will come? These will be contributed by the persons in the society. The person who will be contributing land for the productive activity, he will get rent against renting his land, and the labor which performs in the production activity, it gets in return the wages for his labor, and the person who is providing this whole project, he will be getting interest on his money. And the entrepreneur, who is entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is defined as any person who takes risk and he is engaged in any productive activity for his innovative idea. So entrepreneur, he will be getting profits, or if in case there will be losses, then he will be sharing the losses. Okay, whatever the case be. So these, the rent, wages, interest or profit or loss, these will be the factor incomes of the owners of the factors of products. So we see, if the production is increased, we'll be considering a situation where the whole of the production goes to market and it is fully sold in the market against the demand. So if the whole production is sold in the market, then the company will be making some profits. Then that will be distributed in these 4 factor incomes, like rent, wages, interest or profits, in their proportion. Okay, so this production increase, when the production increases, it increases the income of the owners of factors of production, and out of this income it channelizes for the consumption expenditure. So say any person is earning 2000 rupees, and out of that he is spending 1000 rupee on the consumption expenditure, then he will be having some savings of the remaining 1000 rupees. So what he will do with this saving? So he is having few options, either to consume or to invest. Okay, so he will be putting this money in the bank. He will be putting this money in the bank account, and what the bank will do, it will channelize it to any person who wants a loan. It will channelize, like Vijay Mallya. So he will invest in Kingfisher Airlines, or any other person. So bank is giving this loan, and in return it is getting some money in terms of profit, and that some certain portion of that profit is returned by bank to the investor. Okay, so in this case, this saving component is channelized as an investment to the further production activity, and so this is increasing the capital formation, and this is called the capital formation. So once the production is done, so it is creating employment, then wages, and then expenditure, and the remaining savings are channelized as an investment, and investment is channelized, is creating the capital formation. Okay, so increase in consumption is an indicator of rising standard of living of people. Let us take an example of a poor rickshaw puller who is earning some around 100 rupees per day after a full day's hard work, and so how he will be spending that 100 rupees per day? If rickshaw puller is having a family of 6 to 8 person, he has to spend that 100 rupees on the education, fooding, the rent, and various other purposes like medical facilities. So he will not be having a very good lifestyle, or he may not be able to afford the good education for his children. And okay, so he, whenever any of his family member gets sick, so he will not be able to afford a good medical facility, good quality of medicines, because that will cost him more. Okay, suppose he knows the driving skills, and he joins the car company as a driver, and he receives some handsome salary from there, around 20,000 rupees per month. Now his lifestyle will change drastically. Now he is earning 20,000 rupees, and earlier he was earning 3,000 rupees. So now he is earning 20,000 rupees. He can send his children to the good schools. Whenever his family member gets sick, he may afford the treatment in the good hospital. So he will be having some nutritious and good balanced diet, and various other civic amenities he will be affording. So in that case, his standard of life, standard of living will get increased. So now we will understand the case. Increase in capital formation is very important, as the growth of the country depends on it. So we understood the concept of capital formation, how the production activity leads to the increased wages or increased income, and that income channelizes as in savings, and the part of those savings channelizes as an investment, and that investment further increase the production capacity in the economy. So this production activity increases the capital formation, and this cycle continues, and this increases the prosperity in any country in terms of money. So money creates money. So more consumption is possible if there is more production, and more production is possible if there is more capital formation. More capital formation is possible due to more consumption. Okay, so more consumption is possible if there is more production, and more production is possible if there is more capital formation, and more capital formation is possible due to more consumption. Okay, so now you are getting some idea of how the economics works, how economic agents works, how economic activities are happening, and how they are interrelated. So we will come to the next portion. So that is 4 factors of production that we have understood very well. So these are the factor incomes. So these factor incomes which are earned by any person against the factors of production are called factor income. Okay, now we will understand what is non-factor income. So there are certain money receipts which do not involve any sacrifice or exchange on the part of their receipts. The example are gifts, donations, etc. No production activity is involved in getting these incomes, so in exchange of money. So these income are called transfer incomes, because such income merely represents transfer of money without any good or services being provided in return for the receipts. Okay, so these will be considered as non-factor incomes. So now we will take any question which is asked in the exam by UPSC. So who are the owners of factors of production? So this is very easy question. So first we will take the government. So government is not the owner of factor of production. Rest of the world, it is also not. Household, they may be firms and industries, they are also not. So owners of factors of production is the household. So they will be considered as an owner of factors of production. So now we will take the next question. So that is, this is also asked by UPSC in 2022. Which one of the following terms denotes the inputs in terms of tools, machines, buildings, raw materials, and money in hand required at any stage of production? So we have to decide the inputs in terms of tool, machines, buildings, raw materials, and money in hand. So we have to categorize these. So in which category they will come? So tools, machines, buildings, raw material and money. So these raw material and money, they will not come under fixed capital. Working capital, tools, machines, buildings, they will not come there. So this is also not perfect. This is also not perfect. So now we are remaining with only two options, that is physical capital and human capital. So now what we mean by physical capital? So physical capital means variety of inputs required at every stage during production. It consists of fixed capital and working capital. So it is a mix of the above two. So these combinedly are considered as physical capital. Now we will see the human capital. So there is no human part in the inputs here. So this is also wrong. So the correct answer will be the physical capital. Now we will move to the consumption. So consumption activity consists of the use of goods and services for what is the purpose of consumption. So we see here satisfaction of human wants, whatever be the human wants. So for that we are willing to spend money to satisfy our human wants. So now we will understand what is investment or capital formation. So this concept we have learned before, like this is the depositor, he deposits his money into the bank account, and against that deposit he is earning some interest. And how bank is earning? So bank is channelizing that money to the borrower, and from borrower the bank is earning a hefty interest for giving the loan. So and what the borrower will do with that money? So he will invest that. So like if he is some industrialist, so he will be investing that in the production activity, and from there he will earn some money. So from here he will earn some profits. And like the borrower can be another kind of he will be getting it for consumption purposes. Like if you are taking personal loan, so this is personal loan. So the personal loan can be spent on food, clothes, mobile phones, etc. Or okay, so in this case there will not be any income, okay, return on the money. So the first case, that where the industrialists are taking or borrowing money from the bank or the financial system, and it is channelized to the some productive activity. From there it is generating some profits, then it is creating the capital formation. And in the second case where it is borrowed for the consumption purpose, for food, clothes, mobiles or the daily necessities, then it is not creating any profit and the money is getting reduced. So in this case there will not be any capital formation. So now you have understood this concepts very well, and now we will see the question asked on this concept by the UPSC in 2013. So the economic growth in country X will necessarily have to occur if so we have to find the economic growth. We have to find the relationship with the economic growth, how this will happen. So there is technical progress in the world economy. So we are asking here for any country X. So if there will be technical progress in world economy, that may or may not be contributing to the economic growth in the country X. So this will not be the correct answer. There is population growth. So population growth does not reflect the economic growth, because population growth will require the more consumption, and for that it will be eating up the resources of the country, and in that case it will drag the economic growth backward. if there will not be any savings or the channelization of the savings to the capital formation. So the third option is there is capital formation. So we have seen that how capital formation creates more capital and how this factors out into the economic growth. So that will be the answer. The volume of trade grows in the world economy. So here also this is harping about the world economy growth. So that may or may not be contributing to the economic growth of the country X. So this is also the wrong answer. So the correct answer will be if there is the capital formation in the country X, then it will contribute to the economic growth of the country X. Now we will see another question. So national income can be increased by, so national income cannot be increased by population increase in the rate of investment. So this seems to be correct. Increase in unemployment. So unemployment is not increasing the national income, while the employment increase the national income. So we will understand the national income concept later on. Decrease in price level. So decrease in price level, so that is directly or indirectly does not contribute to the national income. So the correct answer will be the increase in the rate of investment. Okay.